I understand some of the criticism and some of the cynicism when it comes to me, right? They're like, oh, you seem to be attacking PlayStation a lot lately. I'm not really attacking PlayStation. I do some funny titles and some quirky titles and things like that. I think PlayStation overall is going to be fine in terms of, what they're going to be doing, especially short term. I think the bigger question would be, what are they going to be doing long term, where a lot of this is going to be concerned because Microsoft is setting themselves up for years down the road. It's sort of like a Blockbuster Video Netflix type of situation. And listen, I'm not somebody who's in the ignorance portion of that when I say that. What I'm trying to say is there is a significant group of people who believe that Blockbuster Video went out of business because Netflix was streaming. Believe it or not, Blockbuster Video had their own streaming set up as well, and that's not what happened. I mean, what happened to Blockbuster was they got in debt and they weren't able to keep up. They didn't have the investor and the money to keep up with what Netflix was doing. So, believe it or not, Netflix started off and they were doing like just sending out DVDs and had a DVD setup and stuff like that. Obviously Redbox and stuff came along as well, still around. So, I think there's still a need and a want for some of these old school type of mentality to just rent something or whatever. But without even that being said, it does look like Sony has some ideas that they're going to be implementing to try to gain some traction on Microsoft. And one of these just came out today, but you're going to have to take this one with a grain of salt, but it should be an interesting topic nonetheless. Hey there everyone, I'm the Crapgamer, and of course this is Crapgamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice a few cool changes around here, but that shouldn't stop you from giving us a like and possibly maybe even consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some of your free time with me today. It means the world, and honestly, yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for. If you guys are looking to support the channel, a simple like is really all it takes, and that's 100% legitimate. That's all I'm pretty much asking for, specifically because I put in a lot of hard work and just would like to feel a little bit appreciated. I think, that's not something to that I feel is asking too much. But even with that being said, thank you guys once again. Now, the interesting thing here is when Microsoft comes out and they recently announced that obviously that they didn't have intentions to pull communities away from Sony, meaning they're not going to pull games that are already released on PlayStation off of PlayStation, even if they're Activision games. I think that's a very smart move. But even other than that, I think Sony has this weird kind of situation going for them. So when it looks like backwards compatibility has been a huge success and instrumental for game preservation, according to Microsoft, which they did a very interesting interview with Jason Ronald about that, and he said that their team had learned a lot from the duration of the product that they've done, from various technicalities of running old games on current gen hardware to legalities required to actually put them on the newer consoles as well. He also said that the industry should come forward together to make preservation an effortless task for all parties involved. He said he thinks that over the course of the program that they've learned a lot about game preservation, whether it's technical decisions or the way that games are actually ingested into the catalog, to the way that they sign contracts and deals with licensing and things like that of that nature. Because if you think about it, a lot of the reasons why so many games aren't available to play is because there's licensing issues and things like that. He says when designing the Xbox Series X and S, backwards compatibility was a tenet of the program from day one and actually influenced the design of the silicone. The design of the hardware, he said, it was like, okay, how do we make sure that these games not only work but play better than ever before? So absolutely, we think about that future devices and we think about the future platform. We're always thinking about what unique things we can do to enhance or optimize these games. Obviously, Xbox's backwards compatibility has had a solid run, although Microsoft has confirmed with its latest batch of games that there will be no further games added to the program due to technical issues and things like that. But actually, they have said multiple times that, hey, you never know. But for me, as far as I can tell, Sony is really trying like heck to come out there and really kind of talk up what's going on and try to get the backwards compatibility stuff working with PlayStation. Now there's a rumor, and listen, if you're asking me, do I believe this specific one? I don't, but PlayStation Japan could be teasing PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3 backwards compatibility is coming soon to the PS5, and here's what happened. On January 22nd, PlayStation Japan shared a tweet teasing something for an upcoming new ad featuring a brand new song from Kenshi Yonezu. The ad will be launching on the 23rd And there are several hints that it could be about a new feature introduced to the PlayStation 5. The tweet from PlayStation, actually, they worked on a new ad, and a short video was included, and the 4 PlayStation DualShock controller buttons appear, followed by the name, and lastly, the date is displayed. Note that the date is also written 123. This could be another sign that PS1, PS2, and PS3 backwards compatibility is coming to the PS5. So, as you actually see this video, so far nothing about that, and I doubt that they would do a regional announcement like that, like just strictly in Japan or whatever. Is there backwards compatibility coming to the PlayStation 5? I think that quite possibly, yeah. I mean, it makes sense for that to happen. Are we gonna see that anytime soon? Listen. I'm just in the dark as much as everybody else. I mean, I would love to see it, not because I have so many old games that I want to play, but there's a few that I wouldn't mind picking up again. I mean, obviously, one of them being Metal Gear Solid 4 would definitely be one that I would like to play and kind of dip back into. But do I think that this is something specifically 100% for sure that's going to happen? Listen, I don't really know. But this man is a famous singer and music producer in Japan. And so that's something that a lot of people could be excited about or whatever. PlayStation on its Japan, on its blog, explained that the commercial with a new track pop song will be released on January 24th, but randomly selected players to be able to watch it now. So yeah, I mean, it does, they're hinting at it and stuff like that, but is it going to be something that we see to 100% confirm things? Listen, I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I do think that probably not. It's probably going to be nothing. I know a lot of people, oddly enough, are going to get excited about this, but kind of on the other side of things, you have a situation where a lot of PlayStation people made fun of the Xbox for backwards compatibility, including me. I don't know if I made fun of it, but I was just like, I've mentioned multiple times that I don't buy, consoles to play old games. And when I say that, a lot of people look at me weird, like, oh, well, you said you don't play old games. You don't buy a console to play old games, so you must not play any old games, which isn't actually accurate. I don't buy them specifically to play old games. That's sort of how I kind of look at things. So, like at the end of the day, I feel like it's something that it's a good feature. It's something they're good to have there. But at the same time, I 100% do not buy, these new consoles for old games. It's a nice bonus. It's icing on the cake. Don't let it be confused. But yeah, at the same time, I still feel like it's something that, is not there specifically just to play old games. I love playing like the new games and stuff like that. So I will link all this stuff. What do you guys think? I mean, Microsoft seemed to be doing a lot of things that Sony wishes they could do, or Sony fans wish that they were doing, from backwards compatibility with older consoles to the ability to play Call of Duty in the future or what have you. They're losing a lot of games that, let's just be honest, sold incredibly well on PlayStation. So we're kind of going into this new weird world where Sony isn't exactly lighting things up. But with that being said, let me know what you guys think. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. Crap Gamer out.